Oi! Can you guys hear me? What is up? Hi. Uh, my name is Pedro. Pedro Ang. I'm not gonna say my last name. It's a doozy for English-speaking people. I think it's Caicedo, but yeah. I've been an animator for over 20 years now. So uh, I don't know. I've been really apprehensive because I have broken English, and yeah, I don't know if you want to learn animation from somebody who sounds like Tony Montana. So, whatever. This is what I got today, and this is called the Animation Dojo, and this is a place where I'm gonna basically pass on all I learned in school and throughout my 20 years experience. Uh, the first 12 episodes are gonna be basically the principles of animation. It's gonna be 12 classes that are gonna teach you to go along uh, throughout all the things you need in order to become an animator. So we're going to be looking at the principles of animation like squash and stretch, follow through, line of action, overlapping action, silhouette, staging. I mean, all all the things you need to get the criteria to become an animator. And afterwards, this is for people who already have experience with animation or the guys who follow the classes. We're going to start with the real fun, which will be what I call the dojo. When I was in school, me and my peers will challenge each other between assignments to get like really get those concepts like really keen, and I felt like real growth on that section of my upbringing. I'm not dissing on my teachers. My teachers were awesome, and I have nothing but respect and admiration for all they taught me, and I'm eternally grateful. But the thing I did with my classmates, and then I did it professional with my peers. These little challenges really like help people with their weak points and really help you like make the concepts really sink in. So this is the environment I want to create here. And yeah, the first class is up. You can go to the Pedro Ang channel. You can see episode 1. We are exploring the first exercise, which is the bouncing ball and the bowling ball. And we're doing we do line of action, spacing, and timing, and squash and stretch. Those are the 3 principles we see first. So feel free to go there and start practicing. I'm still deciding when I'm going to do doing these streams. I did that the last one I did it on Wednesday, but I do another show on Wednesday. So more than likely it's going to be moved to Tuesdays and Thursdays. So be on the lookout for the shows. They're all going to be up. If you get to catch it live, you can ask your questions. If not, use the comment section of the video to ask away any questions you have regarding the exercises. But today we're going to be having some fun because uh, receiving recommendations from friends who saw the episodes told me like, dude, you need an intro, speak slower. Yeah, I'm going to try. That's something I've been fighting ever since I'm a kid. I'm a fast talker, and I'm a fast talker in Spanish, which is my first language. So being a fast talker in English, and I sound like Tony Montana, that's not gonna help. So we're gonna be on the lookout. So if you feel like I'm talking too fast, hey, let me know. Okay. So just to get right on it, let's just go to see what we're doing today. So the intro for the show, since it's called the Animation Dojo, let's go to drawing. Uh, I grew up watching black exploitation movies, so it's kind of like my jam. So Black Belt Jones, Cleopatra Jones, and the Casino of Gold, Dolomite. So I'm taking basically a Jim Kelly style character and doing like the key he usually like sweet that thing. So this is the bare bones animation I got so far. I was working on this on Thursday. This was 2 hours of work. So you go sui and the little like trembling. I'm exaggerating it a lot, like the trembling of the fist. And yeah, that way, like I'm gonna add like camera moves and all this stuff, but this is like the basics of the animation. So you see, this is very bare bones. So I want to capture like the general action of it. So he doesn't really have a face. There's no muscle definition. So That's what we're gonna be working on today. Just starting to place out the details so you can see how I exert control over the features of the character. That's the thing with within that's the difference between like comic book character design and animation character design, is that you have to be able to control the features as the character moves, especially if you're doing like full animation like I'm doing here. So that's why characters tend to be simpler, but it's a lot of work. So it's better to go showing and not telling. The software I'm using is called OpenTunes. This is an open source software, and you don't need to install this software to follow the classes. I want to be very clear about this. If you have Photoshop, if you have Toon Boom, if you have uh, Clip Studio Paint, like any software that can handle frames, you can follow the classes. So don't get, but I recommend OpenTunes because it's open source, so it's free. It's very complete. You can do effects, you can do cleanup, you can do audio, so it's all good. So you see, as I explained on the first class, the second in classical animation, we're using the film distribution, so it's every 24 frames you have a second. Hey, what's up, Todd? Great to have you here, man. So you see, it's 24 seconds, so it's 5 seconds of action. So it's all the way down to frame 120. I know you can see that. It's a very small 120 here. And almost the first half of the animation is exposed on two. You can see you have one drawing exposed for 2 frames. That's called on twos. And then at some points, like for example, when he goes from this position of getting the fist ready to pumping the fist down, you got positioned in ones, so one drawing, 1 frame. This is like a blur here. This is going to be better defined, but and then you get the fist, and then if we get today to this part, I'll explain what I did here, because basically it's 2 cycles within one. You have the cycle of the body trembling as the fist of the you know, and the head as he is traversing. It's one is in a cycle of 5 drawings, and the head is a cycle of 8 drawings. So I will explain how I did that once we get there. So I'm not following a model sheet. This is a very old character I used to draw. So, and that's the thing. Like if you're working in a studio environment, you might have like a proper model sheet and a storyboard, but I'm working on my own, so I really don't need it. But it's not advisable, especially when you're starting an animation. If you're drawing a character, have a proper model sheet and a storyboard. Don't be me. Okay. So yeah, let's go. Let's start with the face. So here you have your paint buckets. I don't know if you can see my cursor. We're going to create another paint bucket and make a darker shade of gray. And maybe this, I can bring down the opacity a bit so I can really see what I'm doing. So on the same layer, because this is still the rough layer, we're going to clean that up in another layer later. I cannot zooming in, I defined a little bit like where the nose is, right? You can see it here. And if you traverse the animation, see the nose is moving. It doesn't have to be perfect because, I mean, if it follows the line of action, it shouldn't be that much trouble. So let's define the nose first. So he has, okay, let's change the paint bucket. So we're doing it here, the nose. Let's do the entire face, because if we go like space by space, bit by bit, it's going to be a little bit boring. So the eye, oh, it's, there we go. So Control Z is your friend, okay? So be aware of that. So you see that like the lines are still loose. When we go into cleanup mode, we can tighten it up a bit more. But actually, I think my pencil is a bit too thick for what I'm trying to do. So let's bring it down. So in Open Tunes, you have a range. So basically, minimum size and maximum size of your brush. If I go maximum size here, you see how like it goes up. That means it will give me like a thicker line if I use the pressure point. I mean, see, but that's just like a little feature of Open Tunes. I don't want to make this into an Open Tunes class. This is more like animation. So let's set the minimum size to 2 and the maximum size to 5. And let's get rid of all this. Let's start over because I need a little bit more detail than this. So you see, that's another thing with animation. You don't have to be, you can't be afraid of like starting over and losing all the art you've worked. So it's almost like a exercise in Zen. This should be a little bit higher, like around here. Yeah, this works. More space for the eyes. The cheekbones, then it's going to be here. Yeah, that makes more sense. Now the hairline, because this guy has like a 70s afro, like from like those blaxploitation movies. I love that era of cinema, man. Like, everything was cooler in the 70s. And there we go. Yeah, so here we go. There we go. Look at a little widow speak here. So the afro here, you see, like I did like a basically volume, like to set up the volume of the afro per se. But now we got to think about the volume. Like the hair, the hair goes behind his head. So if I do the afro from this line, it will flatten it up. So what I tend to do is bring a line from here. In that way, like, I don't know. I could keep it like a straight line of the afro, do it a little bit wavy. I don't know. I think that this will read properly, just like a. It's like a straight curve. And here, to bring like the neckline of the afro coming from behind the neck, since this is a cylinder. Let me just define the cylinder here a little bit. You get a cylinder here, right? So to define the cylinder, you grab the circumference and then bring it in, and that's how you get that line, right? Just draw on top of it a bit. That mouth could be a little bit cooler than that. It's just a line. So that's another thing. B is not pen, it's B for brush. So if I hit the playback, it's because I'm making a mistake. Sorry about that. So here we go. Guys, please let me know if I need to speak slower. All right, I'm aware. I'm trying to get better at this streaming thing. So I will welcome you guys correcting me in that regard. Yeah. Nice. All right. Anything too important in the next 5 minutes? I'll try. There you go. I'm just setting up. Okay, so right now, you see this arm. I was trying to capture the movement in itself. So the proportions are all wrong. So when you're animating, the first thing you need to do is to capture the movement. Then you apply like corrections to the form. For example, like if you see the arm, oh, sorry about that, the arm from frame 1 to frame 2, you see like this is too long. Where the bicep and the tricep goes, this is way too long. If you measure, let me just do ticks here. Oops. If you measure the top of the shoulder to the bottom of the rib cage, oh, it's not that bad. It's almost the same distance. So yeah, that's the thing. Like normally, I don't pay attention to basically the length of the limbs and all that stuff when I'm capturing the movement. That's a second stage. Like right now I'm on the second stage, so now I have to like check on all those stuff. So knowing that these distances are correct, let me check on the, yeah, but the hand is not, it's not, this is the forearm is too long. So I can just select this and bring this a little bit in. I'll just finish that up later. Okay. So now knowing that we're on the right track, I just go and define the muscle groups here. So we got the deltoid, we got the bicep. The bicep is going behind, away from the camera. So you're going to see a little bit. You're going to see more of the tricep here. Okay. And then a little bit of the trapezius. The clavicle going in. Got the other clavicle here. Got the trapezius. And it's still, I'm keeping it really loose because normally I'm going to finish like the whole animation, like all the muscle groups. And then when I'm cleaning up the animation, then I'll like check on the line quality and whatnot. This is why animation takes a long time to make. Because normally in a studio environment, I will not be doing cleanup. But since I'm poor and I can't pay for a cleanup guy, I am doing my own cleanup. So this is right now, we're on rough animation, but it's important that you keep it rough and loose when you're doing rough animation. If you start like looking for detail right away, then you run the risk of having like stiff animation, and that's the last thing you want. So yeah, things to keep in mind when you're starting this journey as an animator. So yeah, you can turn your animation disc. Basically, you can turn your artwork. That's what you would do with an animation. This is one of the reasons why I love this software, because I remember the days in Photoshop where you could like turn the canvas, and I mean now almost every software does that, but I don't know. In my school days, it was, dude, you couldn't animate without an animation disc, and they have it like graphically represented here. Like this is why I love this software. Like it was designed for animators. Like if you want like the classic like field guide, it goes up to field 15. Normally it goes to field 12, which is like in NTSC. Field 15 would be like 16.9, but okay. I'm starting to speak gibberish. Sorry. Just keep on animating. Okay. So let's do the rest of the form. See, keep your lines long and loose. Do as many lines as you need to find the form and the shape you're looking for. So that's one of the many things. Like I'm working with RT Bear on actually drawing books for him. Like I can't believe that. But one of the many things our art has taught me was to calm down with the lines and take my time doing the panels, because in comic books you have that luxury. You can take a lot of time in one panel and just massage it. In animation, like right now, this sequence, it's 112 plus 116 drawings I have to do. So knowing that, that will put on the balance how complicated your character is, how much time you need, and how costly it is. So yeah, let's give him some pants because it's not that kind of show. Can get rid of this. Okay. Actually, no. This details. This is not gonna work. Let's just keep it loose. Let's give him a different color instead of giving like that elastic detail. Like that would be too much. Okay. So now the hand. Let me redraw this hand. Right now, we're gonna need it's projecting down, so we do a little cube like this. I don't know, like this gray color is really light. Like I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm just trying to find the proper shape and know where. Okay, got it. So this will be the edge of the hand. Got some pinky action here. A little bit. See, I did a little circle around here, just to project where the thumb will lay from this angle to the camera. And right now, this fist, you gotta measure. Let's do a red. You gotta measure this distance, how it goes from here to here. You gotta measure it from here to where it goes, which is around here. You project it back. This is where your elbow is. So that will project your forearm like this. So you see, I wasn't really paying attention when I was doing the drawing. I was just like looking at the pose in itself. But now it's time. Now I can come back and just like place it properly where it should go. And you know what? I'm gonna leave this this red markings because this is not the final drawing. That way, I can graphically like let you know what I'm doing to measure. So here we got this. Doing a little bit of the fist. And also, I'm always being asked like what kind of books you look for when you're doing animation, and more than likely you know about them. You know, like the Preston Blair book, the Richard Williams complete the animator survival kit. But also there's the Bridgman live drawing manual. There's the Glenn Vilpu manual, like just to learn to draw like the human form. It's really important as an animator that you have it almost as shorthand. Because I mean, there will come like I don't know, like projects that don't demand that much knowledge of anatomy. But even then, knowing them, like understanding biomechanics, it's really important for you when you're doing movement. For example, if you're doing like a Butch Hartman style, like Danny Phantom or Fairly Odd Parents, which is it seems basic, but it does follow anatomy. So that's the thing with learning live drawing and all that. So that's another thing that you can do here in OpenToons. You can do onion skin. So for example, for the face, you can see like where you coming, and where you're going, right? You can see there's like a green tick that's like forward, a red tick is backwards. So here we got like I don't really need it because I have the definition of the nose, so I can do a little bit like like that in how would I explain that? That in in physical form, when you do it with paper, it's called flipping your drawings. But here you do it with the scrolling with the arrows up and down. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, if yeah, like, hey, what's up, Woodrow? That's when your character like this afro, he has a settle at the end when you can see just that, like here. See, he's coming down. Well, I haven't drawn that hair there, and then on a separate level, the hair is settling, and in the shake. Let me just. If you see that principle is called overlapping action. And a kind of overlapping action is follow through. So basically, that shaking of the hair, it's the hair following the head, and then you take into account what the hair is made of and the volume of the head, and then you take artistic decisions to see how much movement you add to an afro. Because an afro, it's not like a Viking hair will behave completely differently. But then again, if you go like strictly with reality, you lose the sense of dramatism. So it's always in animation. It's not like, oh, we want to copy reality completely. Because if you copy reality completely, then why not film it? There's always that element of artistry, that element of dramatism that you add with the acting. Here, for example, I just want to exaggerate the soy of Jim Kelly. So the waviness of the afro is really exaggerated. So you see how it's like following the movement of the head. So yeah, very very good point. That's something that yeah, you add elements that will follow through the action. So one thing happens first, and then another one follows, and so forth. Let's go the second position of the head. Okay, so now let's have the proper brush. There we go. There we go. You see, there's a lot of control set going on, so excuse me. So that's the thing. Like, we're on the second drawing. Like, we're not even. It's not even like it's a fraction of a second. So I'm still not thinking about, is he blinking or not. That will come maybe like around frame 6 or 8, and that's how you manage. Like, how many times you blink in a second. If your blinking is even, which is not really the case for anyone because we're all human, and you blink 4 times in a second, it's every 6 frames. So you see that's kind of like how you think about timing. Like, you have 24 frames per second. So when you start thinking in fractions of a second, how many times something happens, that's how many frames you have to wait until you do an action. So I hope I'm making sense. Yeah, the things like, I know I sound like Tony Montana, so it's gonna be like, hey, oh, you feel like a cockroach, like. So please, if you don't understand something I said, please let me know. I'm gonna be very very insistent with that because I really want you guys to learn, not like, he said something. Okay, so let's see. We're keeping the same shape. No, we're not. There we go. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So basically, what I mean by math, it's uh, we're animating like frame rate. Your frame rate, at least how we're animating here, it's 24 frames per second, right? Oh, joking. All right, you got me. Okay, here we go. So we got this. Okay, so now really what I really have to be careful because now we're dealing with the afro and it's really easy to basically lose the volume lose the volume of the afro because we get like carried away. So we really need to see where the lines are falling. Like I was really loose on the first go around, but you see the volume is similar. But since I add another line, so this is the center, right? This is the center of the center line of the head right here, and this is where the widow's peak fall. So we're gonna have something that looks like this, and I think we can start doing a little bit of follow through here. So this line is gonna move. Let's be a little bit bolder with the lines. There we go. And this is gonna be resting here. There we go. Now remember to save. Always save. Hey, what's up, Luke? Dude, that's so cool you have you here, man. Uh, yeah. So, oh, sorry about that. So, keeping the line, the ear drops, but you see, I didn't follow the volume of the. I have to check the volume here, so it's going to be like around here. I mean, if I don't check that and I clean it up, not checking on the volume, then the ear is going to start dancing on the side of the head, and it's not going to look natural. So you really, yeah, you really want to present a solid object as it moves. So that's why you start like you do it like roughly first. It's like okay, I like the timing, I like how it's moving, and then the second pass is okay. Let's check out the volume. Let's see how it works. Let's see what I did with the okay. Cool. See with the sideburn here. Okay, and this works. So let's get rid of the onion skin here. The arm starts to bend a bit and the torso starts to turn. Okay, so let's do a volume pass. When you go, so you see here, since the torso starts to turn, I still can follow the line I did on the prior drawing. But the chest, it's gonna be flatter because I'm turning it on the side. You see? It's turning on the side. So keep that in mind. The elbow on the prior is here. You see, and that's wrong because if you see the length on the first one we did, it's all the way up to here and starting to bend. So we're gonna get something that looks like this. Here's our elbow, which means our forearm. Let me get rid of. Which means our forearm is way out there. So we can just cut it. I mean, in the good old days of pencil and paper, it was a lot of drawing. You know. Oh yeah, dude, I remember that Globetrotter cartoon, man. That was the best, dude. Meadowlark, man. The Globetrotters I remember is Meadowlark and Curly. All the other guys, I don't know why I can't remember them, but I used to love that show, man. Like coming back from school, there was one of them, man. Like that and Huckleberry Hound. Great American animation, man. Those days are not coming back. But it's the thing, like comic books have gone indie. I'm just waiting for animation to go indie, but that's since it's so industrialized, it's harder. But I don't know. I'm looking for ways for it to be done. I don't have the answer right now, but I think one day I will. I don't know, or maybe I'm just dreaming. I'm almost 50. I'm 50 now, so I don't know. I'm still dreaming. So okay, let's get back to work. So so we get this. We get the elbow coming down. We have the hand. See, this is too long too. So the hand, with the hand here, it should be around here, and I can rotate it a bit because it's pulling back around here. That would work. Get rid of this. Yeah, this looks a lot better. Okay. So let's see. It's coming down. So we got the deltoid here. This is the center of the deltoid. As in the cleanup line, it's very it's gonna be looking more like an arm. I know I'm doing like almost like the whole muscle group cutting the line of everything, but I'm just doing it to make it a visual representation of what I'm looking for. And also, it's a good guide. Like if you're not sure when you're starting to animate, like where like the visible, because there's more than three than one deltoid. Like visible is like three, but they're like seven. But when you draw, you see like front deltoid, mid deltoid, and back deltoid. And I mean, it's something like looks like this, but for animation, really, you can only see those three. But you only do that if that's like a really defined, like I don't know, like bulky character. In a character like this, I can work properly with this. I get the center line of where the arm is going. I place the deltoid. That will help me to place the bicep. Tricep over here also coming down. And also watch your volumes, like what the center line is doing. Will inform where it goes. Now let's get rid of this. We can see it now moving. You see, we're losing volume here on the bicep. So watch out. It's much better. Then don't be afraid to erase, because for example, if you keep the line too thick, if you think if you think the line is too thick, that you might get confused when you're cleaning up. Well, make sure you get it to a width that will allow you to manage and remember what you did. So feel free to erase when needed. Here we go. We got the chest going to be. You can see more of the chest here. There we go. See more of the chest line. The dot line is going to be around here. There we go. So he's starting to like hunch up his shoulders, like bring them up. So that will change the line of the clavicle. So it should be a little bit higher, just going a little bit up. And so does this one. You see, there's a lot of things to take into consideration when you're starting your animation. Like what happens to the trapezius when you hunch up? Like it basically bulges up a bit. So that will, what you have here is the neckline, and then this is going to be a little bit more pronounced. Maybe a little bit, not too much, because I mean basically the trapezius does kind of this, like it like, and embraces. It's like a brace for the neck, but that cunning line should be very, very subtle. Like something like this would work. Oops, I pressed the B. You see the orientation where it's going. So just clean this up, this line a little bit more. And there we go. Good. The chest here. Yeah, you can see more of the deltoid here. Maybe not the bicep yet, but the deltoid should be visible. Now let's take care of the hand. So we're coming from this position, and then the hand should be here. See, yeah, there we go. Trying to maintain the volume. I did a too big of a box there. So okay, so what I'm doing is finding the cage of where the hand goes. Right? Like when you construct your using the turning the hands into the hand into basic shapes, you find like the center line of the hand, and then you adjusting from volume. Like you have this, so this distance should be this distance here, right? I don't know if that made sense. Yeah, yeah. Look at kind of yeah, exactly, dude. Like the guys from dude, like the sun's going down, it's hitting my face. I just noticed. The guys that did freaking Mass Effect, they just left BioWare and they're doing all this stuff. It's really exciting. But at our level with 2D animation, which is what I love and what I want to die doing, it's also there's a lot of studios. Like there's a studio in Brazil now with a bunch of guys. They just did a show that it's on Amazon. So yeah, dude, the whole Hollywood monopoly on everything, I think it's coming to an end, man. Yeah, no time too soon. So yeah, that's the thing. Like people say, like, yeah, animation is dead. Like, no, corporate animation is dead. Just as corporate comics is dead. So I think we're gonna be fine, man. Just gotta keep on creating. And that's it. Yeah, enough pontificating. That's for Wednesdays. So here we go. We got the hand. I'm still keeping the hand blocky, just because I want to control what the fingers are gonna be doing as he changes the pose. So now here we go. So you see, like he is moving. He's pivoting his feet in this direction, but the torso is doing this. So this line is gonna move here, but then you're gonna see like the rotation of the torso here. That's gonna affect this line I just did here. So this line makes no sense now. It should be more akin to this. There we go. That's better. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna get rid of this. And now we have the fist coming out. I did it closing in. It should be close. It should still project itself forward. So that would give us, we'll put it here. Okay. So yeah, guys, Like if you're really interested in on learning this crap, like the classes are gonna be coming up uh, Thursdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays. The first one is already up. It's the bouncing ball and the bowling ball. It's very simple. I'm thinking, I don't know, like would you guys prefer like a Discord channel to discuss, or should we do it directly on X? Like I really don't. I'm here to listen to what you guys want, so we can organize like how can I review what you guys are doing and start basically more so than paying attention to what I have to say, which at first, I mean, it's gonna make sense because I'm the one teaching you. It's more along the sides of what you guys say among yourselves, because that's where the real growth. Like I'm serious, guys. Like that's how you grow as an animator. When you're discussing with your peers, especially the ones that are at your same level, because you'll have the same kind of questions. So dude, when I was teaching, like I would get asked questions that would make me understand the concepts better, just because I never saw it that way. So yeah, guys, like I'm open to the suggestion on how we're gonna do that. So let's center this. Okay, here we go. Save. So you see, 2 drawings in 45 minutes. That's yeah, it's taking me a lot more time because I have to explain what I'm doing, but I'm having fun doing this. So you see, you start to see how it starts to move. Okay, so now he's turning, yeah, 6, 7, and 9 are not doing what I want them to do. Yeah, yeah, because they're going. Okay, now I know what I need to do here. So I need to grab this arm and move it a little bit to this side. And this arm also needs to be moved here. Go around here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool. Yeah. So we got, okay. So it's hunching. It will benefit, yeah, from hunching some more. Let me define more of this. And this form is going to start cutting because, I mean, he's projecting his hand like to the front. So this line, I don't know if you can see. Wait. What I'm trying to say is, like what I'm trying to say is that coming from this side, like no, he's coming from this side, right? You have your arm here. This line starting to cut into the forearm. So that's what I'm looking for here. Like the forearm's gonna start projecting itself in front of the bicep. So I'm trying to find that shape there. So I mean normally you cut all the way through it like this. So that way you find the cylinder. And yeah, that's a better guide. Let's see how the volume here is doing. And we don't have volume at all. Start projecting this. Yeah, see more of the chest. Yeah, we can work with this. Okay. Now let's go to the face. So you see, this is more face fronting. So at this stage, we're going to be seeing this of the nose. Maybe this side of the nostril, not so much. So Yeah. Also, I don't know if you can see what I'm trying to do here. Okay, the mouth is gaining volume, so this should be smaller around here. Okay, so checking like how the head is rotating in perspective. I mean, there are other ways that you can use to like measure and get everything in place. But as always, like I always say, people keep it loose and keep it one task at a time. Like this is the first run on the face, right? So we shouldn't be. You know what? We should start the blink here in frame 5. Okay. No, sorry, I'm quiet. I'm really quiet. I'm just concentrating a lot. The face is a little bit low. I think we can bring it up a bit. And the ear should be doing something like this. Okay. Hey, what's up, Feline? How are you doing? Happy New Year. Happy everything. Dude, I miss you guys. I know, and it's all my fault. Yeah. I'm the one who disappeared. Just the end of 2024 was very busy. So I apologize to all my online friends for my lack of internet decorum. But here we go. We got this. Okay, this is looking awesome. I mean, that sounds horrible because I'm talking about what I'm doing, but okay. So the afro is turning. I don't like what's happening here. It shouldn't lose that much volume here. And this here. There we go. So you see, you are looking to keep the volume moving, yet yeah, you keep the volumes moving, but yet coherent to one from one drawing to the other. And I see it's losing a little bit of volume. The afro, you see, it's getting smaller. So I'm making a mistake here. Not here, but here. So you see, I don't know if you can see what's happening. Like the first drawing, you have this volume, right? And the second drawing, you see, you gain volume here, and you lose volume here. So that keeps it consistent. But here, I'm losing volume on both sides. So I have to make an executive decision here and give it more volume on this side. Even if it feels abnormal to you, uh, maybe it feels abnormal doing it as a simple drawing, but in movement, you'll notice the difference because a movement is going to be look like it's shrinking and growing and shrinking, and that's not what you're looking for. So always keep in mind where the volume of the drawing goes. This might move the neck a bit. Yeah, there we go. Here, so there we go. And then he's more crouched. The clavicle is higher here. And there we go. Here the arm is projecting like this. So you see, it almost shares the same point, but the point, the origin of the rotation is somewhere else. So you just take into account that, and then you place your volumes properly. Yeah, sorry, I don't want to confuse it, but yeah, it's all the way up here. There we go. You place your volumes properly, and yeah, it should look like this. So this clavicle is looking up. This chest line is moving, but we're gonna keep the line almost in the same place because the clavicle is the deltoid is uh, it's presenting itself more. So it might look like I'm placing the line on the same place, but I'm taking it into account that the deltoid is moving and it's presenting itself. So we can show a little bit of tricep here, maybe. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult, but there's a way. Once you get the rhythm of it, it becomes something like a second nature to you. And then keeping volumes consistent is not that difficult, but you can lose track of stuff. So yeah, it's just keeping it in mind more so than it being difficult or not. It's just like, oh wait, have I checked my volumes? The things like if you don't check your volumes and you are 250 drawings in, then that's when you want to look for like grandpa's shotgun, oh, what, do that all that again? But hey, that's the thing, man. Animation is a brutal mistress like that. There we go. And now here comes the interesting part with the forearm. See the forearm is still like I drew it too long on, and this should be around here. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. I don't know if you can see what I did there. It's just, so, okay. So now the form is cutting into the bicep because it's coming up to the front, right? So we'll do a little line here to just picture that. And then let's do the volumes of the hand. Let's do a little guide here because I want this guy to be very do a lot of flourishes with his hand. So it's a good guide. It's a good rule of thumb to just go do lines very fast to capture to capture the energy of the movement. And then once you get okay, it's looking the way I want it to look, then you go and clean it up. Yeah, you gotta be a little bit crazy. I've been told that by almost all my girlfriends have told me I'm nuts. So yeah, you really have to love this because there are way easier ways to make money, right? But yeah, dude, like I'm a fool for animation. What can I say? Like it's nothing makes me happier than drawing and animating. I mean, which is weird because I mean, if you look at my career, like I really didn't pursue my dreams correctly. I don't know. Like I don't want to sound like I'm whining because I'm not. But it's just the way it happened. Like I stayed in a country that really has no animation industry, but I did make it work because I've been animating my whole life, and I've done stuff. Like I have to find it because I only have it like in really. I really like. I have it like in really low quality, but I did direct it like an animated series for like local TV down here, and it's funny. It's a rock band of animals and endangered animals. I did it when I had the school, so it was done in 2012 around. So yeah, I might call the producers to see if they have like the high res copies of it because I had it in one of those like uh, portable like hard drives, and I've moved so much from 2014 all the way up to now that I don't know where that disc is. So I only have like a low res version of it. But that's for another time. That's for another time. So okay, so now we're moving the torso in itself, and you see we have the cutting line here. It moved here. It moved here. That means the center line of the abs is going to be like around here. So we just see how much I took here. I'm going to take away on this side, and that way the abs will not gain volume. So you see, it's that's the game you're playing here. So as he's turning his legs, you're going to see a little bit more of the center detail here of the pants and the fist. Yeah, the fist. What's this fist doing? Yeah. Let's say it starts to turn. So let's put it like around here. Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I've been brainstorming with people who like are really rooting for me. Like, I'm really appreciative of that, and it's given me ideas. I might run them by you. Like, how would you like uh, if I speak with somebody like RT Bear or I don't know Andy Smith, and I'll grab their characters, simplify them for animation, and do a show just like the process of dealing with a creative. It's like, okay, we are adapting your character to another style, and see that process. Would you like something like that? No, 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 that sounds it's interesting to me. Yeah, but yeah, like I'm very excited. 2025 feels like my year. It's not because Donald Trump won, because I'm not even American. Uh, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to get into politics. It's not that even and it's not that I love the idea of what Trump's going to do with America. I'm just afraid he's going to take my country away. But again, and then again, I don't work at the canal, so whatever. Uh, here we go. Let's see. So now we got this. The center. It's almost the head's turning and the neck's moving, and the more frontal. So the face is almost in the same place, but the rotation is different. So it's a different rotation. So yeah, I don't need to move more, but the presentation of the nose is going to be more like this, almost. Okay, so we got this. Okay. So we do this line. Hey, let me know if I'm being too quiet too, guys. Because I mean I'm used to doing this with a wingman. So so here we go. Yeah. It's almost the same angle here. So okay, let's play a little bit. Just give him a little bit of bend. And this line should be receding a bit. Line here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we get this. The hand is going to be more facing towards. Actually, no, because I like the. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, this is going to be cool. So here we're going to see a more like frontal presentation of the hand as it traverses. And that means we get the leading finger. There we go. Oh yeah, so we have this. So yeah, we got that. See this? So this is kind of big, so let's bring it down a bit. You see what I'm talking about? Getting carried away. Sometimes you get carried away, and then like all volume goes out the window. That's not something you want. And this is more akin to what we're looking for. So the thumb would go behind this blob down here. There's like the thumb going under the fingers. And this line is too thick. Let's find the proper line we want. There we go. Okay. Yeah, dude, like I don't know, man. Like doing all those trailers for my comic book friends, like doing the Froggy trailer and doing the. I mean, Luke knows he's been like the voice actor for almost all of them. Maybe I should have shown you guys how I was doing that, but the thing is, like, I was under contract, so I really couldn't show you guys. So I don't know. I was always looking like for a place where I could like show you guys how I do this. Because I don't know, maybe some of you guys will become animators too, and we'll end up working together. Like who knows, right? But yeah, like it's just finding like the proper time and place without infringing contracts. Because yeah, I is a professional. And the last thing you want is to show people like to show a client's work that's not cleared for release. There's nothing more unprofessional than that. You know, there's things I There are things I can really show, and things I did like the mid 2024. I can still show yet, like Camel Moon's trailer for Boots and Heels 2. I finished that months ago, but Camel Moon hasn't launched, so I can show it, and that's that. Not that I'm complaining; it's just like the nature of the beast, you know. It's just so yeah. So doing a show like this, now that things have calmed down, like no, not really calmed down. Like I'm still getting calls to start doing work, but I was always finding excuses not to do the this kind of show. So this is the year I said, to hell with it, let's do it. So here we are. So okay, this trapezius line, it's kind of bothering me a bit. Okay, let me see what we can do. Turn, there we go. That's better. There we go. This is good. So you're drawing 7. Yeah. Yeah, guys. So we're going on to 1 hour here. Uh, I think I'm gonna go for around, like, let's keep it at 2 hours, so I can like prep dinner myself. But yeah, guys. So real classes. I think I'm gonna do like I can explain the classes like in around 1 hour to 20 minutes. No, 1 hour, 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I can explain the classes, and then the rest of the class I'll be like finishing the intro and wait until you guys, like catch up so we can start doing like the real exercises. Dude, like I have, and the exercises are really cool. Like one of the ones I like the best was one called Bad News, which is basically the parameters is it's a medium shot. So you get chest up shot of the character. We don't need to hear what the news the character receives, but we have to know it's bad news because of his expression and how he reacts. So it's all about body language and basically facial expressions, and you have to do that in less than 10 seconds. It's really, I mean, it's like a month of work, but it really helps you with challenging you to convey human emotion. And there's another one called Sword Fight. It's not what you think. It's real swords and two guys fighting with swords. And I don't know, man. Like I'm really excited. I can't wait for you guys to get to the point where we can start like playing like that. Because that's gonna like it's gonna grow exponentially. Like the things you'll be able to do. So here we got the nose. He starts to look down a bit. Go. Do this. All right. Huh. Yeah. You gotta pay attention to when you guys are chatting. I don't wanna do what Art does. It's like you just I mean, I don't think I have this. His problem is I don't have his audience, so there's also that. Okay, so here I pay no attention to the volume of the afro. Now he's turning down. See, this side it's crazy. It's better. This side should be shorter. There you go. So he's turning his head down, so we should see a lot more out of the top. And yeah. That's how we win this fight. There we go. That way. Okay, so we got 1, 2, got 1. I'm paying attention to this line over here. What's happening with it, so I can fix it. So it's turning, going back a bit, turning. But this line should be a little bit more pronounced. Like here, because we can see more of the front of the afro. So this line is nuts. So it's a smoother transition going from here. Yeah, there we go. I think the nose is too big, so let's. Yeah, if you like the shape you did, yeah, if you're going for a shape like this, if you like what you do with the shape, you can basically go and resize it. Okay, you need to erase everything you do. I mean, that's one of the benefits of having a tool, having the tools you have, right? Knowing your tools. I know a lot of people are purists, like, yeah, I like pencil and paper. I love pencil and paper too, but I'm not completely against, like using the parts of technology. Now we have this AI thing, which a lot of people are against. I'm not a big fan of AI, but not because I think AI is bad, but the thing is like when you do things that in AI, how much of what you do is yours, So that's the only apprehension I have with AI. Like, I mean, if the tool is cool and whatever you do with it belongs to you, I would be cool. But AI is grabbing like everything from everywhere, and I don't know, man. Uh, Looks like a raw deal to me. So, and that's all I'm gonna say about AI. Like I'm noticing I'm starting to clash with people that are into AI. They want me to be into AI, and I'm. It's not that I'm against it. It's just that, dude, I know it's a big gray area. Gray area where you can be taken advantage of. For example, if you make like an AI comic book, right, and it's a smash, but then the AI company that, well, you use our algorithms to create it, so basically we own that art. It's not yours. What are your recourse? Especially if you're using that Chat GPT or other AI, which is like free, for what I know. I haven't looked that much into it. I'm more interested in the legal framework, more so than learning the tools, because I don't know, man. It just seems there's a lot of unanswered questions when it comes regarding AI. So I'm gonna sit on the fence. Yeah, dude. Like right now, advertising, like where I used to deliver most of my income, like I used to do a lot of storyboards for ad agencies. They're all doing that with like Mid Journey and all that stuff. Like basically, that well ran dry. I'm not bitter, but because it makes sense for storyboards because it's not a finished product. Like they can't come at you and say like, okay, we're gonna like sequester your production because you use Mid Journey. Like no, it's the final product is the commercial, so it makes sense there. But if you want to be an artist and own your art, I don't know. I wouldn't use it just because of that. Let's see. Okay. This hand is a bit too big. Let's rein it in a bit. Yeah, that's better. That will modify this line over here. Cool. Okay. Good. Good, 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 good. Can you guys hear me all right? I don't know. Okay. Mm, wait. See? Ooh, I didn't finish the fist here. Yeah, I like the fact that it's coming up a bit. So let's keep that idea. Sorry. Whoa, what was that? Okay. So nice. So we got this going on. And yeah. Okay. Okay, so it's starting to turn, but it's still high, so it should be something like this. There we go. There we go. Sorry, I'm going fast. Uh, yeah, but it's the same principle. Basically, going like the center of the board is going, moving the torso, trying to keep the same volume. Actually, this line is a little bit too out. Should be something along this line and this line. And here, for example, I made a mistake here. Make sure you bring the to keep the circumference of the torso, right? Make sure, like when you're doing curves, bring it from the back to the front, doing like this until you find the proper line. Just basically, you're trying to do an ellipse. So when you're doing this, just until you're happy, and then you just get rid of the part of the line you don't need. That's basically drawing through the form, right? So that's That's something to keep in mind when you're doing like stuff like that, like fabric or stuff that wraps around the form. Try drawing coming from behind the form so you can like take into account the circumference. So let's see what the fist is doing. Yeah, it's gaining volume. That's what it's doing. This should be bigger. It's losing volume. I meant to say. Yeah, that works. Okay. So we can start turning it a bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're starting to bend a bit. And then here, like, if you project, sorry, let's make, if you project the box that will represent the hand, you get the thumb here, which will bring it the thumb here. So yeah, let's just finish this. I'm not doing the nail on it. I'll do the nails later. I have other things to watch out for. So yeah. So we got this. Hmm. Okay. It's starting to look like something here. Sorry about that. See. Oh yeah, water. Needed water. Okay. Okay. So now. Okay. So he's keeping a closed fist here, but he. Sorry. He needs to have a closed fist by in two drawings. That's doable. Okay, let's take care of that. Define what happens there. So we got the box, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So yeah, like I wanna make like he's closing the fist like a fan doing this. So it's gonna be really fast, almost imperceptible, but your brain will feel it out. That's another thing. Like the best friend of the animator is the human brain because we know how things move. So sometimes it could be in your advantage, but if you want to use motion capture or stuff that it's really not akin to nature, then it can work against you. You see, you can actually start seeing the roll here. Okay, actually, I can still have not the fist fully clenched here, so it will be clenched on this position, so I have more time to define the movement. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, but here I'm seeing something. Yeah, the torso is kind of low, so let's bring everything up. So you see, there's things you can do as you go to improve the overall look of your animation. Like nothing is set in stone, and that's the whole thing about when I went to animation training. Like one of the first thing they told me, like, never fall in love with your drawings. Be ready to discard everything at the drop of a hat, because sometimes it's the only way to improve something, to get rid of it all. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but that's the thing. When you do it again, like since a lot of the decisions that are made, the process will be way faster. Okay, so the center line here is completely effed up. No, not really. No, it's not effed up. What's happening here? Oh, It's not as curved. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay. You see? That's the thing. Like it feels like I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, but it's just a matter of I was paying attention to other problems, which basically is like the fluidity of the movement. And now, like that, I'm solving like volume problems and whatnot. Then it feels like I'm going what a lot, but it's because of that. Okay, we can start cleaning up now. We got this. We got okay. Okay. So finger one, and I mean one, finger two, finger three. Again, I'm not going like all out on definition. I'm just like finding the volumes and the positions. Like I'll make the fingers prettier when it comes down to cleanup. So yeah, it's okay. That works. Let's do the chest muscles. There we go. This hand is too big. I don't know, man. I'm having a problem with drawing a big hand. Yeah, take my little hand. It's stronger. Yeah, sorry. Scary movie reference. Like, okay. Whoa. What did I do? I did something. Hmm. Oh, Jesus. Okay. That's what I did. Okay. 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 And that works. Now, coming from behind, do a little, there we go. Okay. Now let's work on the face. So he's coming from. He's ducking more. He's heading. So let's just bring back to 3 and to 5. He's ducking his head in. Nope. I like this. Okay. So the mouth is going to be under the nose, according to the camera. The cheekbones are going to be more like inset here. Oh, it's going to be cool if we do this. You see, now we got. Wait, his face is gaining volume, and it's because of this line. This line is making him gain volume. So, oops. You got this and this. Yeah, it's a lot better. And the widow's peak is something that we won't be able to see because the fro is getting in front of it. But now we have to pay attention to the afro volume. There we go. We should be able to see a little bit under the top. Same volume on the sides. This was looking small for a reason. It's this. So you see, even though it's always the context, and the volumes are going to be affected. So it looks small for a reason. Like I wasn't taking it into account the position of the trapeze that will affect the position of the deltoid, which would affect the position of the bicep. So you see? Yeah. Pay attention to the afro volume. Yeah, and only the afro. Ian, dude, Ian Cook, great artist. He was one of my students back here in Panama. I think he's in England now. I don't know. He did a great comic book for the Smithsonian. Like I checked it out, man. Really good work. That was awesome. So yeah. So we got this. Okay. All right. So we hit the hour and 40 minutes, guys. So I think it's time for me to let you go. And dude, awesome. So yeah, the animation dojo is gonna be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm thinking of making a version in Espanol, but that would be later. And we're covering the basics first, like animation principles, and then we're gonna start playing, man. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. We're gonna be having lots of fun. This is a happy 2025. So guys, it was really nice to have you today. Take good care and see you around. Nothing but love. And yeah, now it's the end stream. There you go. This is awkward. Okay, see ya.